Hello beautiful souls, and welcome to my brand new series, 10-minute bed talks. This series is going to be centered all around thought-provoking topics with the intention of bringing in a soul perspective, a therapist perspective, or perhaps just some really interesting or different viewpoints that you can enjoy. We will be exploring everything from grief to self-love to meditation to Mercury retrograde. You name it, you think of it, I will be exploring that with you. Each episode will be 10 minutes long of completely unfiltered and hopefully unedited content for you to enjoy. My intention behind this is that we are just going to explore these topics within 10 minutes and just see where that takes us. And I may do multiple videos on the same topic. We'll see, who knows? We're going to be doing this journey together. So whether you're brushing your teeth, getting ready to commute to work, maybe you're just washing up and you want to listen to something different or interesting, or maybe you're just somebody who really enjoys deep and interesting conversations. If that sounds like you, then you are absolutely in the right place. So don't forget to subscribe wherever that little button is so that you can join me for each episode. So let the magic begin. I just want to confirm with you that if I'm going to edit anything, it will be either a long pause, or if I've got a fact wrong and I need to change it, I don't know, I've sneezed or something. Other than that, I'm going to try and make these videos as unedited as possible so that you can just see raw, interesting content each episode. Okay, so let me just set a timer. Let's get comfy. So welcome guys. Today's topic is self-love and self-care, which is a topic that's really close to my heart and I feel very passionately about, and I think you guys will too, so I think we should just dive in and enjoy that. I've got my timer ready for 10 minutes, so that is all that I'm allowed to do, and I'll just finish the sentence that I'm on when it reaches that alarm. So let's go. I'm really excited to talk about self-love with you because this is a topic I feel very passionately about, and it's something I've explored a lot over the last 9 or 10 years. And I think that there's a lot of noise out there from lots of different people who discuss what self-love is and what self-love isn't. I just want to start by saying that I truly believe self-love and self-care are whatever you define them to be, and that's because they start with the self. It's entirely up to you what you classify as something that's self-loving or self-caring. Of course, there's got to be a main thread going throughout it to make sure that it doesn't hurt you or anyone else mentally, emotionally, physically, or spiritually, or verbally in some cases. Other than that, I really truly believe you can define it however you like. So I do not believe anybody has the right to say to you, oh, you're doing self-love wrong, or you shouldn't count a bubble bath as self-love. If you want to do self-love and self-care with bubble baths, that is 100% your prerogative, and I really want to just share that with you today so that you really feel empowered to go forth with your self-love journey or your self-care journey and do whatever feels good for you. So if you're just starting self-love, or even if you're in self-love and maybe you're just unsure how to deepen that journey, something I find really helpful is to ask yourself, what is the most loving thing I can do for myself in this moment, or in this situation, or in this activity, or whatever's going on in your life? Asking yourself that question allows you to tune into what you need in that moment, whether that is mentally, whether that is emotionally, whether that's physically, or maybe it's spiritually, or perhaps you're religious, so religiously. What do you need in that moment that's going to be the most fulfilling, loving thing that you can do for yourself? So what's going to really honor your needs and fill up your cup, essentially? And sometimes that can be walking away from a situation that isn't healthy for you, that's toxic, that's perhaps harming you on some level. And other times that's saying yes to a situation and going forth with something and taking a leap of faith and trying something that perhaps in the past you wouldn't have had the confidence to do, but because you've been practicing self-love and self-care, you actually feel really ready to say yes to those opportunities. I really truly believe as well that you can't have self-care without having self-love. So they're both really deeply entwined and connected, and I think that self-love is like the foundation and self-care branches off from that, along with self-worth, etc. You guys don't need me to go into details of that, you're intelligent, you know what I'm talking about. But let's just focus on self-love for a minute. Have we got a minute? We do. So let's just focus on self-love for a minute. I believe self-love can really bring resilience and fortitude, and therefore really guide you and help you in any challenges that you may be facing, or any difficult situations or times that you're going through. Or it can even be when perhaps, let's say you've got a presentation you're due to do at work, and maybe in the past you might have been really nervous about it. If you're working on your self-love, if you're practicing self-care, then you are really allowing yourself to build on your confidence and your strength and your resilience, and you're going to understand and know that you are very capable of doing that presentation to the best of your abilities, because you love yourself, you care about yourself enough that no matter what happens, you'll still be there for yourself. You'll still cheerlead yourself. I think what the word I'm looking for is. But you'll be there for yourself. And that's the most important thing. Essentially, self-love is this foundation for living. Oh, my camera just stopped recording there. Essentially, self-love is the foundation stone for living a joyful, happy, successful, loving life. Now, my definition of success may be different to your definition of success, and that's what's so exciting about self-love and self-care, is you can do exactly what you want as long as it's benefiting you in a loving, positive way, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, and it's not harming anybody else mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. When you love yourself, you can face anything. And that's because you're always there for yourself. You have compassion for yourself. In a situation that might be difficult or testing or just a little bit bothersome, you have that inner strength, that inner confidence, that inner knowing that you can succeed in this. And even if something happens and you're unable to succeed, then you can still take that as a learning opportunity and gain wisdom and grow from that. So I believe that self-love can really bring this huge foundational stone, if you like, for just living the best life that you possibly can. Now let's talk a little bit about self-care. Self-care is often promoted as being more of a physical branch of self-love. And if that definition works for you, by all means tune into that. I'm not here to tell you what is or what isn't right. And I think what's fun about self-care is it does allow you to bring some practices into your daily life. For me, that's relaxation, that's meditation. But for you, it might look totally different. And I love that you get to explore that and find that out for yourself. If you followed me for a while on social media, then you'll know on my old account, which unfortunately got hacked on Instagram, I did a 100-day self-love journey in 2016. And honestly, it was life-changing for me. It really just allowed me to do one small thing each day that was loving or caring towards myself. And the impact that those 100 days collectively had together was incredible. And I really feel it brought me a lot of confidence and just feeling a lot more at peace with who I was as a person. Because that's really what we ultimately want, is to fill up our cup and to feel that we love who we are, who we're portraying into the world, but also who we portray in private as well. Do we feel comfortable with that person? Do we love that person? Do we really care about that person? So it's really important to acknowledge those aspects. Now, for some people, self-love and self-care will include some form of therapy, perhaps some counseling or some cognitive behavioral therapy. Perhaps there's a trauma or a challenge that you face that's maybe holding you back from loving yourself fully, and therefore seeking guidance from somebody else who can hold space for you and just help you ask those leading questions to find out what it is that's going on can sometimes be the most loving thing that you can do for yourself. Equally, recognizing when a relationship is toxic and it's not good for you anymore and walking away from it, that can also be the most loving thing that you can do in that moment. So self-care, I think, can be seen in a physical term or a mental term, if you like, or an emotional sense. Perhaps mentally you need certain things to change in your life so that your mental health can improve. So it's really just asking, what's the most loving thing in this moment that I can do to improve my mental health, whatever that may be. I love that you get to explore that and be creative with it and see what that is. For some people it might be being creative, for other people it might be having therapy, for other people it might just be learning to say no or having more confidence in yourself. I just think it's so much fun when you tune into it. It doesn't have to be like heavy or serious. It can actually be joyful for you. We've got 1 minute left. So I just really want to reiterate here that it's whatever you want it to be. And if somebody's saying to you, you're not doing self-love right, then you 100% are able to say to them, actually, I'm 100% doing self-love right because it's working for me on a mental, emotional, physical, or spiritual level. And that's exactly what I need to fill up my cup so that I can be fully present in my relationships, in my friendships, as a parent, as a teacher, as a lawyer, whatever it is that you're doing, right? Wherever you need to show up. If you filled up your cup, firstly, you can overflow and share energy and love and time and space and guidance with other people, but also you're not feeling dependent on other people. You're not looking to other people to fill up your cup. You're not questioning yourself and doubting yourself and moving into a space of uncertainty because you don't know what to do, because you don't love yourself enough to know what to do for yourself. That's already been dealt with. That's already been healed. So yeah, I'm just excited that you are here tuning into that loving side of yourself. Maybe you've kind of forgotten about self-love recently, and this video is just going to be a reminder to tune in. The other thing to mention as well is that self-love is a lifelong journey. Even though I did it for 100 days, that does not mean that I'm suddenly like, oh my god, I'm totally fine with myself and everything's perfect and rosy. That's not the case. It's a lifelong journey, and there will be times in your life where you'll be tested with your self-love and your self-care. Self-care might be an easier thing for you to do on a daily practice routine, but self-love is something that you can really build up over time with those things that you do. So, oh my god. Oh, that literally made me jump so fast. Oh my goodness. Anyways, what was I saying? So yeah, self-love is a lifelong journey, and I'm so here for it to cheerlead you on as you do that on your journey. And I just hope that watching this reminds you that you are so worthy of self-love and self-care. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so excited. This order from Dahlia Moon has just arrived, and it's a commission ring that I actually got in touch with Judy to make for me. So I'm very excited to see this. She's put the loveliest note inside as well, and included a little bag of crystals and some incense, which is so sweet. Thank you so much, Judy. She is absolutely stunning. Oh my goodness. So this is Tibetan turquoise. I really wanted a really beautiful turquoise ring, and there was nothing that really fitted the embellishment that I wanted. So I bought this crystal from Ashwell's Crystals on Instagram for £7, which is a bargain. And then Sarah very kindly posted it to Judy for me, and I sent Judy a drawing of what I wanted, and she's made it, so let's try it on. Okay, so there you go. It's got some lovely moons on it, and then some little silver balls at the bottom, because I just wanted like a little bit of embellishment. The turquoise is really pretty. It's absolutely stunning. Thank you so much, Judy. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in next week's video. So this is Tibetan quartz. I really wanted a really beautiful turquoise. Oh my god, my heart.